Benzino has just reenacted Eminem's Lose Yourself. What's going on, YouTube? It's only Knox, and listen, I am well aware of what we need to do today. Apparently, the long-awaited Benzino Drink Champs interview has dropped. I've been waiting to check this out because I want to react to it with you guys. I have no idea what's going on, but the internet cannot stop talking about this. Apparently, it is wild. I need to dive into this. So this right here, right now, is none other than the Benzino Drink Champs interview. But before I go any further, listen, I have an interview dropping on this channel tomorrow with the one and only Cassidy. I promise you guys are not going to want to miss this. We're going to talk about Benzino. We're going to talk about Cassidy. We're going to talk about the diss tracks, Eminem, Shady Records, so much, man. I can't wait to have him on, so stay tuned for that. That is going to be a huge interview that will drop around this time tomorrow. Also, shout out to the hats that I'm wearing. If you guys like it, you want to support the channel, you want to cop yours, I'll put the links to it below. Limited edition while supplies last. Put the KH on them. All links down there. But anyways, know what we're here for. Benzino, step up to the plate. Let's see what you got.
Let's talk about Eminem, yo. That's why we here tonight. Huh? Fuck Eminem. And fuck everybody down with Eminem. And my thing is this, bro. It's over hip-hop. Like, hip-hop is who we are. He can't come in and invade hip-hop in Rosenberg and make trillions of dollars. This nigga didn't even go to Nipsey's funeral, bro. If he's so fucking hip-hop, why? How come he ain't blocked 10 blocks in motherfucking Detroit and give it to the homeless black people? Man, fuck Eminem, bro.
I mean, we have talked about this. You can't use the argument that Eminem doesn't give back to Detroit and to his community. I mean, he has donated millions upon millions just because he's not running around announcing it to the world and proclaiming it everywhere that he goes. But again, Benzino acting like a gatekeeper, and we've seen this argument used on Eminem before. Why hip-hop shouldn't accept Eminem? Why? Because he's been successful? Because he's been a very dope MC and he knows how to sell records?
And give it to
I mean, again, and the white argument only gets you so far. Then why aren't there like 100 white rappers doing it at the level that Eminem's doing it if it's only about skin color? Talent's involved too.
Fucking hip-hop. Why? How come he ain't blocked 10 blocks in motherfucking Detroit and give it to the homeless black people? Man, fuck Eminem, bro. They trying to kill me right now, bro, because of this shit I'm saying, because it's deep, bro. Let me tell you, his fans, bro, his fans like him because he's white. They don't fuck with us.
Let me try to make...
Fuck Eminem. I dusted Eminem. Rap Elvis, bitch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How about that?
I ain't gonna lie.
How about that? How come he ain't answered back? How come he ain't answered me? I beat the shit out of him with these.
Eminem or Machine Gun Kelly?
Fuck Eminem, bro.
So which one?
Fuck Eminem,
so
bro.
Which one?
Fuck both of them, bro. Fucking Cassidy will kill Eminem in a battle rap, bro. Why do y'all give Eminem so much props? Why? Why do y'all like Eminem? Because he's white?
Oh, is there context to a Cassidy being inserted into argument? Where'd that come up?
Rap, bro. Why do y'all give Eminem so much props? Why? Why do y'all like Eminem? Because he's white?
I just love that, you know, choose A or B, and Benzino just automatically, it's like a kid with Tourette's, isn't it? He's like, fuck Eminem. Fuck that. He can't help himself. Like, it just explodes out of him, doesn't it? He's been like machine trained now. Anytime you mention Marshall Mathers, this man is seeing ghosts like Sam Darnold.
I'm in a battle rap, bro. Why do y'all give Eminem so much props? Why? Why do y'all like Eminem? Because he's white? Is that it? What do you mean? Nah, like, what? Fuck that. We don't listen to that in the hood, bro.
Yeah, but the thing you have to appreciate, too, is, sure, Eminem crossed bridges to a white audience, right? To a different type of audience that was exposed to rap and hip-hop for the first time. But guess what that audience has done since then? They've branched out. They've checked out other artists. They've really grown within hip-hop in terms of who they support, from the Kendricks to the Coles. There's so many greats that they've embraced over the years, helping to elevate rap to one of the top genres that it is in the world today. You have to understand, when somebody comes into a genre and then they break barriers and they get worldwide international attention, and it doesn't matter what class you are, it doesn't matter what race you are, when you get that type of exposure for your music, that is going to filter out to other artists. You know, it's not just white people only supporting white artists. It filters out all over the place. More people get the bag. More people get to eat. I've said this about, you know, the reaction community here on YouTube and like things that happen when people want to compete and get competitive. But at the end of the day, if you have like one reactor that like breaks the mold and gets acknowledged by the mainstream or gets more attention, then that just helps to grow the reaction community around them. I don't know why we can't step back and just see that panoramic view of how this really does help a lot of different people and the positives to this situation instead of just getting tunnel vision and focusing on the negatives. But it's Benzino. It's the same arguments that have been done over and over. Anyways, I see a SpongeBob transition here. Let's see where we go with this.
Fuck that. We don't listen to that in the hood, bro.
A few moments later.
I don't got nothing against Eminem. Got nothing against Eminem. Eminem can rap, but I care about us more. I don't want to go through. I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't want. For 22 years, every time I do an interview, they ask me about Eminem. The fuck you want me to do? Come on, man. My daughter came into the industry figuring that.
Who broke this man? You talk about a complete 180 in an interview. On 1 second, he's got his chest out. He's leaning into the villain, and now he's like, I don't want Eminem brought up. I always get asked about him. Well, then why lean into it and why say F him? This is wild.
I don't want to go through. I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't want. For 22 years, every time I do an interview, they ask me about Eminem. The fuck you want me to do? Come on, man. My daughter came into the industry figuring that, hey, I gotta be cool with Eminem because everybody's against my dad. You think this shit is fucking cool? Nah, man. We're failing as a people. I don't hate Eminem. I don't know him to hate him. I don't hate white people. Tired of this shit, man. It's just too much. I don't want to be the bad guy. I got an 8-year-old son that I dropped off at school this morning. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm all right. I don't want my DMs filled with. I've had 9 pages knocked down, 1 million. White people think I love all people. Come on, man. All me and Eminem got to do is sit down and talk with each other. Let's sit down and talk. Let's battle. Let's do whatever. But let's at least.
I mean, look, this is wow. This is wild. I mean, you talk about taking Drink Champs to another level. I think Benzino was leaning a little bit too heavily into the drinks. We got like a moment of clarity going on here.
Let's battle. Let's do whatever.
Did we break Benzino?
Let's at least face to face meet each other.
If that was to happen, would you give him a 5?
Fuck it, man. I'd hug him.
What? Wow. Well, I did not have that on my fortune card for today. I tell you what, I want to dive a little bit further into this interview because this is just some crazy shit.
I don't got a front for niggas like I blew about $20 million, nigga. I blew 25. Hold up. I blew like $25 million out here,
Mr.
nigga.
Lee, you saw him in the 80s.
Fuck could tell me. Huh?
Mr. Lee in the
Fuck
80s.
Can tell me. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, we all take falls. We all take falls. You ain't gotta be on Instagram trying to front like we niggas. This is who we are. We don't gotta be embarrassed.
I mean, this man is he's having his moment, isn't he? Like, you've got the producers trying to tell him to sit down and chill out for a second. He's like, no.
None of that. We niggas. Them people don't give a fuck about us, bro. They don't care about us. We gotta be together. Yeah. We gotta be together. I don't give a fuck about spending $300-400. We're gonna spend $25 and look like the same thing. Huh? It was the matter with y'all people, man. Y'all people think that this Instagram shit is these bitches is room. They roommates 5 deep with 1 million followers. Right. Forget about all that. We the culture. If we come together and stop hurting each other and stop worrying about trying to outdo each other, we be the fucking greatest in the world, bro. Right. They coming to us, bro. It ain't about this, bro.
Zeno,
yeah, nigga.
please, sit down.
I get what he's saying, though. I mean, obviously, he looks like a crazy man on a soapbox, like a homeless dude on the corner with a cardboard sign, but he's trying to point out, it's not about materialism. It's not about this posturing and this imagery. He's trying to speak to something deeper. I get that.
I don't want no more. I want.
That's it. It's done.
I got 2 more questions.
What,
2 more questions. Sit down.
I want to sit down.
All right, you want to stand up? All right.
I will stand up.
Fuck it.
All right, the camera's going to get you right here.
I don't give a fuck.
Right in your neck.
Because what I'm saying is that we need to come together. Like, we don't understand that all this bullshit that we doing, we fucking shit up, bro. we fucking shit up. If we come together and stop criticizing and bullshitting with each other and beefing with each other and killing each other, we could run this whole motherfucking planet, bro.
Very true.
Why are we doing this when Martin, Malcolm, and all these other, like, bro, like we the culture, bro, black, Latino, melanated people, and I'm not saying they're going against white people, but they divide us. Bro, this is all about, like, bro, we the people, bro. We the people, bro. I've had millions and millions of dollars, and I'm wearing fake Gucci belts. I don't give a fuck, man. Come on, man. Y'all gotta get out of that. The real flex is coming together. If we come together and stop bullshitting with each other, we can motherfucking run this whole shit and everybody can get paper.
All right.
I've had millions of dollars and I've had...
But like I said, where is that, we can all win mentality? Because it does seem like a lot of times the logic and the arguments that he uses are contrary to this. There's a number of occasions that we've pointed out as just recent examples where it's more of a us versus them mentality instead of a really uniting people. Even attacking like the black stands and, literally labeling them and going after them and making the argument seem like if you're black, you shouldn't support Eminem. Well, that's even dividing amongst black people, basically, and black fans of hip hop and the culture. So this is just, wow, I'm still processing this. Honestly, this is, what?
Nothing.
Come on, Zeno.
Come on, what else we got to talk about?
Come on, sit down one second.
What else we got to talk about?
This is a broken man.
You're not letting us ask any questions, bro.
What the fuck is it with?
Just sit down. Just sit down.
Watch out. Yeah. Please sit down.
Listen, man.
Proven that this has been a false allegation, but I want to ask you.
Allegations?
The transgender.
I'm a fucking gangster.
Oh, really? No,
I will
bro.
kill niggas. I done been through hell. I couldn't even see my mother die. I got shot at my mother's funeral. I don't give a fuck about none of this.
What?
Bro, Nori,
What?
bro,
I'm asking.
hip hop was given to us by God to save us, man. The bottom line of all this, we got to come together and stop bullshitting with each other.
Yes, I agree.
Stop criticizing each other and disrespecting each other.
Stop killing.
We got to unify together. Even if we're wrong and we make mistakes, we got to come together, man. Enough is enough, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
They're using it against us, bro. Like, let's come together, bro. We are.
Wow. I mean, this is wild. All right, so I've sat down and I've watched the rest of this interview. I'm not going to sit here and watch like the full thing with you guys because I am surprised actually that Drink Champs put this out. But obviously, Benzino even talks about later on, like, hey, I knew this was Drink Champs. I knew I was going to start drinking and things were going to come out and like it was premeditated. So he knew he was going to walk into this. I mean, the first thing I want to say is, as one human to another, when he exudes tears and he's crying and he talks about some of the trauma and some of the shit that he's been through in his life, that's real. If you can't feel sad for someone like that and you can't feel empathy, I feel like, what are we doing as a human race? My heart goes out to Benzino for that. You could tell that man has been through some shit in his life that he's still dealing with and trauma that he's still processing. And what this really feels like to me is like a cry for help, man. Like, I hope this dude gets the help that he needs because it's obvious to me that there's, his spirit is suffering, his soul is suffering, mentally he is suffering. Now, look, from my side of things, obviously it's weird because I've been involved in this situation. I've done a diss track now. He talked about me, and honestly, I just laughed it off. I appreciated when he responded to me that, he kept it in the spirit of hip hop. He kept it in the spirit of taking it to wax, and he's always done that with Eminem. I definitely respect that outlook. And if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I've always felt like, he's aware of how people perceive him in the Eminem situation. And he does lean into being the villain. And I thought he got to the point where he really enjoyed being this villain role, puffing his chest out because he is a character. He's entertaining as shit, man. This dude should do a podcast, right? If he really wants to set up a future and do things positive for hip hop, I think a lot of people would be entertained, honestly. Honestly, this is me just stepping back and being non-biased. They'd be entertained by some of the shit that he says. Now, all of that put aside, what I will say is, the saying, you made your bed, so lie in it. There's a little bit of that here too. Actions do have consequences. He's running around dividing, which is, ironic considering that he wants to talk about uniting and bringing people together. Then he starts to complain about, getting hate, and he wants to clarify that he doesn't hate white people, when on the other hand, he's making all these racially divisive arguments and using different ways to really gatekeep and to separate in hip hop. But yeah, if you look at deep down at it, you know, he did work with Dave Mays for a long time. You can't take away what he has contributed. You know, you got to appreciate what the Source magazine meant. That was a hip hop Bible right there. You know how many MCs were inspired? You know how much that did for the culture? So you have to give flowers for that. I don't give a fuck what you say about it. You have to give flowers for that. I do find it wild, though, that in the exact same interview, on one hand, he's attacking Eminem. He's like, automatic, F Eminem. And then he turns around once the drink hits. And you can tell, man, he's slurring his words. He's standing up like, wow, it is just all coming out. But even to say that he would hug Eminem, he would hug his arch rival, his nemesis for so long. One of the longest feuds I think that we've had in hip hop. I mean, that is heavy. And that is just something I don't think anybody really saw coming from Benzino. And look, at the end of the day, I don't hate the man, right? I don't wish any ill will upon another human being. I never want to see someone else suffer, man. My heart goes out for that, if I'm being completely honest with you. I did what an MC does, right? I had an issue, and I took it to wax. You know, what he said now, that sits here, and I feel that. But at the same time, it still doesn't justify, and it still doesn't make right trying to censor reactors. It still doesn't justify the actions of copyright striking someone else. That's just morally wrong to me, and never something that I'm going to justify and I'm going to stand for. So if you asked me to go back after seeing this, if I would have done it, yeah, I'd do it 100 times over, because I would stand up for my values and my morals in this situation. And does it take away from all the shit that he's talked about Eminem? You know, he turns around on one hand calling him a legend, acknowledging how great of a pen that he has, but at the other time, he wants to discredit his place in hip-hop. He almost wants to push him out of the hip-hop community. So there's all of that you can go back and you could see there's contradictions to the logic and to what he's saying. But look, the past is the past. As a human being, you can only be in charge of what you do in the present and how you move forward into the future. If Benzino truly means some of these things that he's saying, then let's see it going forward. Let's see if his actions start to speak louder than his words. Let's see what he does. And honestly, I hope the man gets some help. And I hope he finds some peace, because it looks like he really needs that, man.